This week is a double parsha, Achare Kidoshim, and I want to focus in on the word Kidoshim. It's the beginning of Parshas Kidoshim, where it says that Moshe says, Hashem says to Moshe that he should tell the Bnei Yisrael that they should be Kidoshim because he, God himself, is a kadosh, meaning he is sacred. Kedusha often means religion, but it's more than just that. The Parsha's basic theme is that if one eliminates the worst type of behavior that people have, that they will automatically become holy people. It starts off, though, by saying that people should respect their parents and keep the Shabbos of God. The idea of Kadosh also means dedicated, meaning that they should be connected to their families, their communities, and connected to God. Kidoshim has 51 mitzvahs. There are 24 mitzvahs in Achremos that immediately precede it, dealing with forbidden sexual relationships. And these are also repeated at the end of Kidoshim. The basic idea, though, is that a person should not do unscrupulous and heinous behavior. Nevertheless, the parsha itself is extremely beautiful. It starts off with the prohibition against nosar, that if a person brings a sacrifice to the temple, basically a peace offering, which is meant to be eaten, you don't go there with the idea that you're going to have a doggy bag for the rest of the week. Okay? You're supposed to enjoy the celebration and enjoy the food that comes with it. It continues with the laws, some of the agricultural laws of Israel, specifically that a person should not harvest the grain from the edges of their field. If a stalk of grain falls, they should leave it. In addition to that, scattered grapes that are on their vines, they should just leave them. And that these are things that should be left for the poor, abandoned to the poor. The basic idea, though, is it's business practice. There's a tendency to go towards efficiency in business, and people can overdo it. It's a case where they're always counting their pennies and rationing things, taking cost accounting to extremes. A person is supposed to be frugal, but they shouldn't squeeze every penny till the eagle on it screams. It then gives examples of, or talks about cheating people, not specifically against, robbing them in broad daylight or breaking into their house, but more a case of giving them a runaround or something that was left in someone's care for safekeeping, to steal it, or to be tardy chronically in paying your employees. It's all of the aspects of unscrupulous businessmen. Then goes into mischief. It uses the language of you should not curse a deaf man or put a stumbling block before the blind. It's the kind of idea where you're mocking someone, but he doesn't know what you're doing. Or that sending somebody on a wild goose chase who doesn't know what's happening and getting a good laugh on him because of this type of trick. It also goes into, in detail, a ban on licentiousness, and it talks about eating, specifically that one should only eat pure animals, one should not eat animals and things that are disgusting. And then it bans things like an ugly hairstyles and also things like marring the body. The essence of this is contained in the mitzvahs that a person should not hate his comrade in his heart, and he should not harbor any judges against him. And it then expresses it in a positive term that a person should love his fellow as himself. The basic idea is to be good-hearted and to have a good heart that is clothed in principle. A lot of this is expressed in the Mishnah by in the character of Rabbi Elazar ben Arach, where he is praised, when they ask what is the best character person have, it's that he should have a good heart. He says, what's the worst characteristic? It's to have a bad heart. And his guiding principles were that a person should be diligent in their learning of Torah, that they should know how to reply to an apostate, and the person should know before whom he is laboring, and that God is the master of his work, and that he will compensate a person fairly for his labors. And, like Kidoshim, he was praised as being a wellspring that overpowers.